Hello, my beautiful Taurus. How are you doing, darling? My name is SimplyVelca, and today we're going to be getting into your weekly tarot reading for August 9th to the 15th, honey. So if you find any cards that resonate with you in this weekly tarot message for you, Taurus, let me know in the comments below, honey. I always like to say your aha moments that you have with the cards, because that is how I keep up with you, is through the comments. Also, if you do enjoy this tarot reading today, Taurus, or you just enjoy my vibe, I would appreciate it if you were to give this video a like and subscribe, because it does help me out a lot. And I always appreciate it when you take that extra step to support me in that way, Taurus. But remember, put this in perspective. I'm just a man reading some tarot cards to you. I believe tarot readings are just here to give you some food for thought, perspective to consider. You know your situation better than I ever possibly could, Taurus, so remember that. So let's just jump into your tarot reading today. I also did your monthly tarot reading, Taurus, which I'll leave a link somewhere around here for you to check out for the month of August, if you would like to check that out. But let's just start diving into your weekly now and see where you're currently at, Taurus. You guys are at the Seven of Swords, and I made a note of this as well in my daily reading, my daily live stream, Taurus, where I was just getting the sense, honey, where it's just like a lot of people are getting the Seven of Swords, where you guys are just, you know, as this even card expresses, Taurus, it's a card of being set back. It's a card of, you know, a sense of, you know, things kind of like falling apart almost, Taurus, the sense of being a little cameo from Tulip, honey, a little sense of being a little bit overwhelmed, Taurus. So this is also could be an energy you're feeling a little bit distrusting towards something, right? Right, so definitely something to be considering there. But let's get into these messages, darling. Let's clarify this a little bit deeper for you, Taurus. Why are you in this state, darling, of like what setback are you experiencing at this time, essentially? Right, let's see what setback you're going through, Taurus. So we have the Nine of Wands coming in here. So you're standing in your truth with something, right? With the Nine of Wands coming forward, this is a card of you're standing in your truth, standing in your power, even if you are alone in this, right? You are doing kind of like, you're just doing, you know, essentially the right thing, Taurus. Let me adjust this light, darling. Y'all already know, Taurus, if you know me, I appreciate some good lighting, even though it doesn't really look like it, but so yeah, it's, you're standing in your truth, especially in this artwork, Taurus. It's a sense of where I'm kind of even being beaten down by it. So it's showing to me just like you standing up for the unpopular opinion, right? And it, you know, it pisses some people off, darling, apparently. So we have the Eight of Swords coming in here. Why this Eight of Swords? With the King of Swords. So definitely, Taurus, I'm feeling like this setback for you guys is almost this sense of almost like this message of just like, don't give up, Taurus, right? Whatever truth it is, whatever thing that you initially felt extremely passionate about, darling, for you to just be standing here even by yourself, you know, for some of you guys, it could be just your opinion on like how you want to be treated, right? For other people, it could be like, you know, honoring your commitment to being like, you know what, I want to lose this amount of weight at this time. I want to get healthy. I want to finish school. Whatever this Nine of Wands is where you initially set a very large goal for yourself, Taurus, because I always say the Nine of Wands is on a journey, darling, of becoming the Queen of Wands. And so while I know that's all fire energy, and genders don't matter, Taurus, I don't want to be hearing in the comments being like, oh, well, I'm a dude. Girl, please, come on. But yeah, I almost get this sense for some of you, Taurus, is there's like this setback or just this starting to run on fumes a little bit, Taurus. Naturally, especially with the Seven of Swords, you think of the dynamic where I was saying, like, in this artwork, it doesn't really showcase it that well, but in other Seven of Swords tarot, Taurus, it's this sense of like you're trying to carry this heavy load by yourself and like things just falling apart. And so I just get this sense, especially with the King of Swords here, your mental your mental stamina, I suppose is the only word, mental fortitude that you have going on right now is just waning a little bit. So you're just, you know, needing something to give you that extra perk, something to remind you of the good going on, right? So I'm probably even going to be titling your message video this way, Taurus, this week, is saying just don't give up. Because I really feel like that is just coming in strong for you, Taurus. So let's get an animal oracle card for this, darling. What deck do we want to use, Taurus? Y'all communicate with me. I know this is not going to matter, but to you guys, right? Because it's already recorded. But let's choose a deck here, Taurus. Which one are we feeling, honey? I'm feeling... I want to give you guys a number. So we're going to use this deck. Is that all right with you, Taurus? We're going to use this deck because I want to give you guys a number for this to be looking up in numerology, because y'all know, Taurus, I'm very much so into my numerology. I really do feel passionately about so you have the hummingbird spirit coming in, 34 equaling to 7 in numerology, Taurus. So write that number down. The hummingbird spirit, be here now, be present now, right? I really want to suggest for some of you Tauruses to just do some type of grounding exercise, right? Something that really just reminds you of your purpose and why it is you're working so hard on the things that you're doing, right? It almost just feels like, Taurus, that you've been taking life in too much of a survival mode for a little bit, that's what's showcasing to me in the hummingbird spirit. And I mean, this is a personal projection at this point, Taurus, but I personally see the hummingbird spirit as a spiritual significance, as messages from your ancestors. That's how I personally read it. So I am going to express this where I would even be bold enough to say that you're getting some signs even from your ancestors of being like, don't overwork yourself, or don't, just, I don't know. Take that as you will, Taurus. I always feel uncomfortable talking about ancestral stuff, just especially in general readings, because it's just like not the time or place, darling, right? And it's just like, who am I to be even speaking on that caliber? So I digress, darling. Let's, Taurus, get into some of the good things that are in the works for you, darling, right? Enough of this energy here. Let's freshen this up. Oh, I thought my stuffed animal, I thought Tulip was just sitting there watching. I was about to be like, girl, I'm about to charge you a little fee if you want to just be watching the show, honey, right? It's so silly. No, she's like off in the corner a little bit. Over here, actually. I don't know if it don't matter. She's sleeping now. Five of Swords. Let me stop saying her name before she comes over and starts creating havoc. Five of Swords coming in. So the good things coming in for you guys in the works. So there's some type of competition, and I'm going to be honest here, Taurus. It does feel like this is, let's just do real talk, honey, right, Taurus? Let's just be real. Let's just be adults here, right? It does feel as though, let's not all just pretend like we're all just love and light and all that, darling, right? Love and light is the main goal, but we are also, let's not pretend like we're not human as well. And so I do feel as if this is kind of coming in as a message for some of you Tauruses. Someone this gives me very much so competition. This is not like in the sense of, and it may be just lighthearted, Taurus, but it's someone that you maybe perhaps just compare yourself to. So in some senses, maybe someone in your similar field, right? If I were to just make this as an analogy, because y'all know, Taurus, I love my analogies, darling. It would be as if I would be like, all right, well, my competition is like other tarot readers, right? Nothing against them, darling, but I still will compare myself to them, be like, all right, let's see what everyone else is doing, honey. But in this sense, I do feel as if, because I am constantly hearing the word karma, there's almost like this vindictive energy here where it's like you're almost like extremely motivated, and that's why you've been working so hard, partially, Taurus, is because it's very much so like proving energy, trying to prove it to somebody, or even maybe it's just trying to prove it to yourself, Taurus, right? I do feel like this week we're in this process of you really going to be able to, for lack of a better word right now, stick it to them, right? In this sense of really, we'll just put it in this sense, Taurus, where you're going to be doing something that's you're going to be prideful in, right? So let's just jump into this, right? Let's get some clarifiers on this. And yeah, I can't even hold these cards, darling. I don't know. We have the Three of Wands coming in here. So yeah, you're going to be starting to be receiving signs, Taurus, this week. I do definitely, Three of Wands is a card of movement, so I do feel like there is just going to be this progression for you. It does show to me like through this hard work, even though there is this sense of where you're being battered and bruised, right, with the Nine of Wands. The thing with you, Taurus, and you just being your stubborn self, but it's the most fabulous thing, right? I love stubborn people because it just shows like you feel passionately, darling, right? The Nine of Wands, even though you're being bruised and battered, you're really still just standing strong in your conviction, even though you're a little bit waning right now. Hopefully by the end of this video, though, for you, Taurus, there's just a little bit of a invigoration for you. But Three of Wands, I do feel like you are just going to be continuing to be progressing. right? You're never going to just choose to be stuck. Chariot card coming in, Taurus, as well, right? You guys are doing fabulous, Taurus, right? I celebrate you guys. You guys are doing fabulous. Continue doing what it is that you need to be doing. I feel as if this reading is more so just going to be serving the purpose for you, Taurus, and just, you know, just getting a thumbs up, trying to, hopefully I can just be that little bit of an energizer, you know, that sense of reassurance that you are going down the right path, that you are doing the right things. But it is just interesting. I can't help but just feel like there is just some sense of just like needing to prove yourself. I really want to like stray away from like the negative connotation to it, because everyone does it, right? We're human. Like, we all have like peers, you know. It's just like that healthy competition. Or I mean, maybe there's something there though, right? I don't want to attach emotion to it though. Ten of Pentacles, you are like fabulous. This is what you're working towards, Taurus. The Ten of Pentacles is a fabulous card to be having. This speaks about financial success. This speaks about just overall stability in your life, right? The Ten of Pentacles is all about that home life where you're putting your roots in, and I feel like you guys are making this progression. You guys are really investing in yourself in the future, something that I am hearing. Now, taking in this message together, this is really just coming in as like a positive message towards where it's just like in some aspect of your life, like you would be receiving some level of good news through something that of your own accomplishments, or something that's brag-worthy, essentially, right? If we were to just normalize this message a little bit more, or grounding this message a little bit more with this, something that's just like brag-worthy, you know, maybe this for some of you Tauruses is going to be something that you want to be like typing up on Facebook and just be like, oh, let me just show these neighbors here just like how much of that bitch I am, right? I shouldn't be cussing. maybe editing Velca will edit that out, but I highly doubt it, darling. But very much so, yeah, I feel this. I really enjoy this for you. So let's get a closing oracle card for this as well, Taurus. Just really, yeah, I celebrate. There's going to be something just to like boast about, and everyone should be boasting their successes, in my opinion. People are so afraid of talking about their successes or what good they're doing in the world because they don't want to come off as egotistical, darling. Shout out from the rooftops, or even shout out just in the comments, Taurus. I want to hear about everyone's successes. So we have the waning moon. What is it that you need to be releasing to allow this in, Taurus, is the overall message for this. There is some sense of needing to release, right? Let's actually get a card about this, right? The waning moon, what is it that you need to release? That is just so general. Like, let's get a little bit more of a message that's not so ominous. Just being like, what is it you need to release? And I'm like, girl, I got plenty I need to release. None of it's not your business. Strength card coming in here. So this is the card of shadow work. This is a card of like working on some deep-rooted traumas of yourself, Taurus. So for some of you guys, this may be looking into a relationship of where, you know, why are you working so hard right now? Is it to prove something to yourself, right? Or is it to prove that you can do something? Or is this to like make someone else proud and try like living a life to make someone else proud of you, right? We could go into so many different layers with this, right, Taurus? But I do, you know, it's kind of funny how it is correlating with, you know, like this sense of like vengeance energy. Well, not vengeance, vindictive energy that I was sensing, right? And I'm not like, again, let's be real, darling, we're all this way. So I don't want to hear no Tauruses in the comments just being like, ooh, Velca, girl, please, we're all this way. It's okay to admit it. So yeah, overall some fabulous cards for this, Taurus. Let's now close off this reading, getting some, well, what time is it? I don't want to be taking up too much. Okay, we got some time, darling Taurus. I don't want to be taking up too much of y'all's day, but let's get some spirit guide messages coming in just for the general week. Taurus, is that all right with you, honey? All right. Let's see, darling. We have the King of Wands stepping forward to you. This is the card of leadership and success. Definitely showcasing the sense of a lot of people looking to you right now, Taurus. So you can really kind of like, I would say this is more so for my passionate folks, my passion Tauruses that are like, you know, putting out some type of passion project, you know, being a creator on YouTube, Taurus, right? In that sense, this is more so people are looking up to you, Taurus, but in like a normal people sense of where it's just like, you're just, you know, you do your everyday, like nothing, you're not really all that doing anything out of the box, right? This is more so just the sense of people noticing your accomplishments, right? People noticing you right now, Taurus. There are definitely a lot of eyes on you. We'll just put it that way. Whether this is in terms of looking up to you, we're not, it doesn't matter. So let's get into some detail. There is a reason as to why you're being told that you're being showcased right now, or rather why you have a lot of attention on you, Taurus. So let's get a look at this real quick. We have the Temperance card coming in here, so patience coming in, Queen of Wands as well, very counterpart energy, and the Ace of Wands coming in here. Very much so attraction at this time, Taurus. Ace of Wands is the card of just like attraction, and it is the card of like lust if we were to be blunt in this way. But I really get this more so in a sense of like finding someone, Taurus, that like you're going to be attracting someone that shares a similar interest to you, because it's very much so counterpart energy. King of Wands, Queen of Wands, genders obviously again do not matter, right? This could be as a sign for some of my Tauruses that are single in the sense of love, but admittedly I'm not really seeing any cards for that. You would kind of have to rely on your intuition if this is talking about love, Taurus. Temperance card, Ace of Wands. So this is just showing to me just you going through your interest, right? You're being noticed by other people. That attracts people. Is that phrase of birds of a feather flock together, right? Your vibe attracts your tribe. I do feel as if the further that you just continue to break out, have patience at this time, Temperance card. So this isn't coming immediately to you like this week, Taurus, but continue living in your light as that Nine of Wands, right? As I keep on referencing, because eventually you're going to be finding someone, like while you're standing alone right now, Taurus, someone eventually with that Temperance card, have patience. They're going to be matching your energy coming in here. And so take that as you will, Taurus, darling. Those are the tarot cards that I have for you, honey. I hope you found some cards that resonated with you, Taurus. If you did, let me know in the comments below. Be sure to give this video a like and subscribe. Be sure to check out your monthly tarot reading, Taurus. And if you'd like to book a private tarot reading with me, my website's linked down below, simplyvelca.com. Next to my social medias, TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, honey, is all just SimplyVelca. And yeah, I love you so much, Taurus. Be sure to make a wish on the 1111 rose quartz stone, and I will see you next week, honey. Bye, Taurus.